Good morning, Lion Nation. Big news for students right here at Salem High School. Through partnerships with Ivy Tech Community College, students now have the chance to graduate with a high school diploma and a free college degree before they even step onto a college campus.
Students can choose from several degree pathways, including general studies, information technology, education, and health sciences. These early college programs allow students to earn an associate's degree, completely tuition-free.
This incredible opportunity can save families thousands of dollars and help students finish a bachelor's degree up to 2 years sooner.
School counselors recommend interested students start planning as early as freshman year to stay on track.
For more information, visit the Salem High School Guidance Office or check the academic page on the school website.
Salem High School, helping students build a brighter future, one credit at a time.
Do we have any comments from the audience? Jennifer Martin.
Hello.
Hi.
Just real quick, something came to my attention. This is one of those years where first of all, the kindergarten registration, I thought was really cool, the big pencil, the kids signing. Love those pictures. But I know a lot of people that have kids going into kindergarten this year. Either they were former students or you've got grandkids going in. And something that was maybe different this year, and I was just, they questioned me about it. I'm like, I don't know. They just like enrolled them this year. They didn't do any sort of screening where in the past, you know, like they do their alphabet or write their name or here are the colors or can you count to 10 or just sort of divvy them up because you've got kids that can go in there, some of them probably reading and some that don't know anything, you know, because the alphabet. And I know sometimes that puts stress on the kids, but it's also, if you just mix them all together like that in class, the kids that are up here are not going to get served enough, and the kids that are down here, I feel like they're going to feel like, well, I'm not as good as Johnny because he can already write his name. So I didn't know if that was something that, if you guys have been asked about it.
Yeah, I was told that that they were going to screen
a little bit later. So there would be a screening process, but it was a little bit later is what I was told.
Okay, because I was just curious because the other thing was kindergartners are so, well, we're all creatures of habit. But if you wait, like, oh, let's see how the first week of school goes and then try and shuffle them around, that's never good because they don't, well, I want this teacher, I had this teacher, or my friend's in this class, and I was just, so there is a screening in the works then.
That's what my understanding was.
So they'll have to go back into school then.
I'm not for sure. I don't want to comment. I don't know 100%
So,
on that.
yeah, so we try to streamline the kindergarten process, so there will be a screening at some point on where kids need to be academically. So,
Okay.
yeah, so it was one of those deals where the testing, we had complaints from parents that kids felt intimidated, they felt like they flunked, so a lot of parents didn't bring them because they were going to be screened. So we wanted to try to get everybody in as that we could. We had a pretty good number of kids that showed up.
Right.
And we feel real good about the numbers as far as kindergarten goes. It's one of those deals to try to eliminate the intimidation factor the first day,
and
right?
I get
So
that. And I said maybe
yeah.
there's something, but I just said, well, I'll be at the board meeting. I'll just ask because I'm sure
Yeah.
that some of you may be getting the same questions. I know.
Yeah, it's a good question, and that's so we just wanted to try to make it a little more comfortable for people to be able to come into, and kids not be scared.
Were they
and all that.
told that they would have to come back in for screening then?
You know what? There'll be communication as we move
Okay.
along. So
Because the ones that talked to me, they were like, no, I just think they'll be assigned to class on the first day. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not elementary either, so I
Right.
thought,
Good question.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, anyone else? No? All right, I need a motion to close the meeting for public hearing.
So moved.
All right, Becky White makes the motion. Second by Becky Humphrey to close the meeting. Meeting closed. All right, public hearing, project hearing, and second preliminary determination hearing.
Okay, we'll make a motion to open the public hearing.
All right, make motion. Rodney makes a motion. Second by Becky Humphrey. All in favor, raise your right hand. All right. All right, here we go, guys. Get all the papers here.
Yeah, yes.
All right. Good evening. I think I'll be the first to go so we can let the team from Stiefel present on the finances first. Just want to raise up the reasons that we're having the hearing this evening. Checking two statutory boxes, one under Title 20. Whenever any school corporation proposes to finance more than a $1 million mark for school renovation improvements, et cetera, we're required to have a hearing regarding just the educational needs for that project. Similarly, under Title 6 of the Indiana Code separately, most school corporations now in the state of Indiana, regardless of the amount you're borrowing, need to go through the two-hearing process. You can see on the screen here, the first hearing where there was no board action took place about a month ago to the day, February 9th. This is the second of those hearings where there is board action to be requested after the presentation by Stiefel on the finances. Again, just talking about deferred maintenance, improvements, renovations, et cetera. Happy to entertain any questions you may have, but if there are none, we'll pass the torch off to Stiefel to present upon the finances and how this will be structured.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, and I failed to mention Eric, along with Ice Miller, we serve as bond counsel for the school corporation. Good to see you all here again this evening. As we've done in the past, we work in connection, in concert with your general counsel, Tom Cyphers, and guiding the school corporation through the bond process. So sorry for not leading with that.
you still need an introduction.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
All right. Good evening, Luke Brugman with Stiefel. We serve as bond underwriter for the school corporation. These are the exact same slides that we went through last month, so I'll go through them pretty quickly. Really, the only difference is that the numbers on the last page will be set forth in resolutions in front of you tonight, but everything else is the exact same as the first hearing. So the first thing that we always start with on the first slide is the school corporation's current debt payments that you'll see here. You have some debt falling off from 26 to 27, meaning we have some capacity to sell bonds this year and get a levy in place for next year without increasing the debt payments at all. So if you go to the next page, this is your current debt service fund levy. This is essentially your ask of your community in the debt service fund. It's a factor of the payments that were on the previous page, and then also some miscellaneous revenue and cash that you have in the debt service fund. So when we look to layer on this bond issue, if you flip to the next page, that would be the $7,210,000 for the 2026 bonds. Really, the chart shows that we're trying to accomplish two things here. First is that we're maintaining the 26 debt service levy, so we're not increasing taxes because of this project, but also we're leaving capacity beginning in 2029 once those 21 bonds pay off for additional needs that may come up. So not increasing taxes, leaving capacity for the future really is the goal of the structure of this financing. So what makes up the $7,210,000? $210,000 is going to cost of issuance, and the remaining would go towards hard and soft project costs. The last slide here, the maximum legal parameters. These are maximum parameters. Once they are set, we can always come down from there. If you flip to the next slide there, yep. Again, I won't go through these line by line as I did last meeting since we already walked through them. The main two takeaways here is that the maximum borrowing amount, $7,210,000, and then the last row on that first table, the net tax increase over the 26 debt service levy, as shown on the previous page, is 0. So there's some other information in there, estimated interest rates, estimated interest costs, max annual payments, but ultimately borrowing $7,210,000 without increasing the debt service fund tax levy. Happy to entertain any questions.
Can you say that louder for the people in the back?
No increases taxes because of it.
No tax increase.
There you go.
All right, thank
We
you.
have no comment, we have nobody signed up, so it's, you
All
can.
right, well, thank you, everybody. We appreciate your time and coming. This is the first step in the legal process. The board will continue to work with the administration and professionals to look for efficiencies to conserve tax dollars while meeting our educational needs. All right, can I have a motion to consider approval of project resolution Exhibit A?
I'll make a motion.
You need to,
We close.
you need to close the meeting. Yeah, we're gonna close the
We're
meeting.
gonna close, okay. I thought
We're
that-
gonna close the public hearing.
Okay, I thought you
And
had
then
that
open the
still on my
meeting,
thing to do that.
I'll make the motion to close public.
I'll
Motion
second
to
that.
close. Second by Becky White. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0.
Okay, now open.
All right.
Now
Can I get a
open the
motion to
meeting.
open the meeting?
So moved.
Becky White makes a motion, seconded by Britt Minton. All in favor to open the meeting, raise your right hand. All right.
Now we'll do resolutions.
Now we'll do resolutions. All right. Consider approval of project resolution Exhibit A.
I'll make the motion.
Rodney makes a motion. Seconded by Brent Minton. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. All right, consider approval of preliminary determination resolution Exhibit B.
So moved.
Becky White makes a motion.
Second.
Seconded by Becky Humphrey. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. Consider approval of declaration of official intent to reimburse expenditures, Exhibit C.
Make the motion.
Ty Sweeney makes a motion. Seconded by
Go ahead.
Becky White. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. Routine matters. Approved minutes of the executive and regular session of the February 9th, 2026 school board meeting.
I'll make the motion.
Becky White makes a motion.
I'll second.
Becky Humphrey, second by Rodney Ruff. Thank you. It's a lot of Beckys here in a row.
We did that to you, Allison. We did that.
Raise your right hand.
It's a test.
Motion passes 6-0. Approval of amended agenda.
I'll make the motion.
Rodney Bruff makes the
I'll
motion,
second.
second by Becky White. All in favor, raise your right hand and wave. Motion passes 6-0. All right, approved claims to date. Rodney Bruff makes the motion.
I'll second.
Seconded by Becky Humphrey. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. Oh, please don't put my voice on loud. That was so mean. Approval of personnel and ECA recommendation. Brian Putnam, resignation from assistant boys track coach. David Henry, resignation from high school varsity golf coach. James Bush Jr., assistant boys track coach. Tyson Moore, new hire elective PE weightlifting teacher beginning August 3rd, 2026. Karen Cody, volunteer middle school assistant, girls assistant track coach.
I'll make the motion.
Ty Sweeney makes the motion.
I'll second.
Seconded by Becky White. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. All right, got several donations to read through here. Consider approval of a donation to Salem Middle School for $250 from Farm Bureau Insurance, Brody Petmeyer, for the 8th grade Washington, D.C. shirts. Consider approval of a donation to Salem Middle School for $250 from American Family Insurance, Rodney Bruff, for the 8th grade Washington, D.C. shirts. Consider approval of a donation to Salem Middle School for $250 from Salem Family Dental, Dr. Tricia Wheeler, for the 8th grade Washington, D.C. shirts. Consider approval of a donation to Salem Middle School for $250 from First Harrison Bank for the 8th grade Washington, D.C. shirts. Consider approval of the following donation to Brady Shrum Elementary. Zinc signs, $200. First Harrison Bank, $200. Both of those are sponsoring the 5th grade St. Louis trip t-shirts. Consider approval of a donation to Brady Shrum Elementary from Cheddar Depot for $200 for sponsoring the 5th grade St. Louis trip t-shirts. Consider approval of a donation to Brady Shrum Elementary from Patoka Lake Marina for $200. Donor is sponsoring 5th grade St. Louis t-shirts. Consider approval of the following donations. Salem girls basketball team has received a $50 donation from Teresa Jackson in memory of Joe Jackson. This donation is to be used as needed. Disney Club, $2,400 from an anonymous donor for a student spring trip. Science Club, $1,477.87 from Brittany Cyphers. Google Benevity matching donation program to be used as needed.
So moved.
Have a motion by Brentman,
Second.
second by Rodney Bruff. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. I love when our donation list is and the involvement in the community shows. Action items. Consider approval of a payment by U.S. Bank in Indianapolis from the 2025 bond for Verigy for the solar panels.
So moved.
Brent Minton makes the motion, second by Becky White. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. Consider of approval of a payment by U.S. Bank in Indianapolis from the 2021 bond to Kratz Sporting Goods for the volleyball system in the elementary gym.
I'll make the motion.
Ty Sweeney makes the motion.
Second.
Seconded by Becky Humphrey. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. Consider approval of a payment by U.S. Bank in Indianapolis from the 2021 bond payable to Solutions Contracting Incorporated for extension of a gas line from the bus barn to the visitors building.
So, question, I actually need a motion first, or, somebody has to make a motion first on that before we
Get that questions.
I'll make the motion.
Okay. Rodney makes a motion.
Second.
Seconded by Ty Sweeney. All in favor?
No, I have questions.
Okay, question?
So the question is, has this work already been done?
Yes,
Okay. Do we have quotes for more than one vendor for that? I'm just,
on the gas line, we had direction from Midwest Gas on who was able to do that job.
okay.
And they,
I got a little back history on that.
Go ahead.
So it's we dealt with this with the prior superintendent. It's that building that we're using for hitting that's costing us like $1,200 a month with those 2 electric heaters that we have up there. So I was there when the gas company came and had to come under, they wanted an extreme amount of money to go under the creek. And I forgot about all that. Yeah, so they were going to come from Mr. Crane's house under the creek, and then the other company came in and said they could just go from there and do a boring deal instead of going under the creek.
so they went from the bus facility to the athletic facility instead of going from the
Instead of going under the creek, yeah. I honestly thought we'd done that months ago, but That's that project, right? Yeah.
Now we vote.
Now you're okay? Okay. All right, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. Consider approval of payment by U.S. Bank in Indianapolis for the 2021 bond to ProStar Painting LLC for prepping and painting the SMS gym. Ty Sweeney makes the motion.
I'll say.
Seconded by Rodney Bruff. All questions? All in favor, raise your hand. Okay. Motion passes 6-0. Consider approval for an overnight trip to Lincoln State Park, May 26th through 28th, 2026, for the Science Club, Mr. Calhoun.
So moved.
Brett makes a motion, seconded by Becky Humphrey. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. Consider approval of stipends for Casey Fields and Crystal Michaels for being Brady Shrum Elementary Science Bowl coaches. $375 each will be paid from the High Ability Grant.
So moved.
Rodney makes the motion, seconded by Becky White.
Question on that.
Okay.
Are those not, are these extras compared to what was in our the contract? Because there used to be in the contract.
They're
that
not ECA.
They're not in there anymore? Okay, thank you.
All right, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. Consider approval for teacher stipends from completed STEM professional development. Jessica Morgan, Joy Godfrey, Rebecca Hardesty, Brian Putnam, and Randy Nichols will each receive $500 as budgeted for the 25-26 STEM integration grant.
So moved.
Brett makes the motion. Seconded by Ty Sweeney. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. Pepper, are you here for something?
We're here for a merit badge.
Okay.
We're required to attend a public meeting.
Okay. Well, I got to looking and I was like,
Sorry, I didn't.
okay.
I was going to mention, so, I didn't want to embarrass her,
We
but
don't conduct any business, we're just here to watch your own.
Well, I was sitting here looking and I was going, I don't see
you
any.
on the list.
I didn't see you on the list. I didn't want you to have to sit here through the policy readings.
Yeah.
If-
she,
Make it exciting.
I didn't want to embarrass the young lady by making her stand up before the meeting. So I thought at the end I was going to announce her and introduce her.
Okay. Well, I just kind of had this like moment of panic of like, because normally if we do something, we do it at the beginning before.
Well,
Right.
but if you sit through the policy readings, you will have earned a merit badge.
Right.
Pepper's.
Yeah.
Pepper's a class of '96. She's here to support me.
That's right.
Well, she's my friend, so she's here to support me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So supportive of you.
That's right.
Thank you. Okay.
And her son's getting ready to graduate from Purdue.
Yes.
It's all the time.
Got to throw it in there.
Probably gonna say Hoosiers didn't make the tournament next.
All right. Well, now I will continue. I'm sorry. I was just like, wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something somewhere. All right. Consider first reading of the following policies. All right. Policy 0166.1, consent agenda. Policy 1220, employment of the superintendent. Policy 2210, curriculum development. Policy 2340, field and other corporation-sponsored trips. Policy 2411, guidance and counseling. Policy 2421, career and technical education program. Policy 3120, employment of professional staff. Policy 3120.02, adjunct teachers. Policy 5410, promotion, placement, and retention. Policy 5540, the schools and law enforcement agencies. Policy 5540.01, investigations by the Department of Child Services. Policy 6111, internal control standards and procedures. Policy 6116, time and effort reporting. Policy 6151, bad checks and uncollectible debts. Policy 6230, budget hearing. Policy 7300, disposition of real property. Policy 7310, disposition of surplus property. Policy 7430, safety standards. Policy 8120, volunteers. Policy 9160, public attendance at school events. Policy 3142, cancellation of a teaching contract. Policy 4120, employment of support staff. Policy 5310, health services. Policy 5330, use of medication. Policy 2131, educational outcome goals. Oh, rescind policy.
Rescind, yes,
Okay,
that
rescind.
was the end.
Okay, rescind
Before we
policy.
go to rescind, I have a question about policy 1220. I was looking through that policy and talking about the committee, and community was marked out. Is there a reason why that would be marked out? I mean, because that's just, these may be utilized in a committee. So,
Honestly, I don't have that one in front of me. Do you have that one?
1220?
yeah, 1220.
1220.
It's near the top.
Most of anything was done was usually eliminated because of changes in statute. So that's some of the policies as they were going through with Neola. So
Right, I
we'll take a
understand-
look
I
at it.
understand
We'll get you
Neola,
an
yeah.
answer for it. So
Okay, thank you.
It was probably a change in reason, it was a change in statute at the legislatures, that's why it got marked out. It was something that came along that superseded it.
Okay, I just couldn't figure out why we would not want community.
Where was that in the policy?
It's near the top there. It's about
Top there,
potential
all on
committee.
the-
Yeah.
We'll get the clarification for it.
Okay, thank you.
Like I say, that, I'm guessing that's what it is. I'm not sure, 100% for sure. We'll
Yeah,
get you
that's fine.
Okay, so we rescinded 2131,
Correct.
right? Okay. All right. Well,
I think we have to vote on this.
do we have to vote on the
No,
first
these
one?
are
No,
first
first time.
reading.
Okay. Rescind policy number 8640, transportation for field and other corporation-sponsored trips. Rescind policy 8540, vending machines. There you go. Yes.
Rodney interrupted me while I was trying to listen. Could you please go through those again one more time, all of those?
I've got it. PO 1. Got it. All right. All right, can I get a motion?
I get a motion.
No, we don't need a motion.
motion.
No,
No.
just first
Okay,
reading.
just
Just first reading.
Terry,
Okay.
this is all up.
If you rescind it, I don't know since they're being rescinded.
Do we
know.
need one for rescinding?
Well, you gotta do a second reading though,
On rescinding, I don't know.
right? You don't?
I wouldn't think so on rescinding.
Yeah, they're
They're done, they're not even
they're
out
either
there.
taken away or they're included in other policies.
So
Right.
we're good.
Most of the stuff's in other policies now, yes.
Okay.
We don't need it.
All right. Fundraiser, strawberry sales with the FFA, March 9th, 2026.
I'll make the motion.
Rodney makes the
I'll second that
motion,
motion.
second by Becky White. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. All right. Items from staff? Liz? Lana? No? All right. Non-action items? No? All right. New board business?
Well, I will talk about that gas line. I mean, just to kind of put that in context, because there's a couple storage buildings, and one for baseball, it's already been torn down. But, so baseball keeps all their stuff in their building, softball keeps all it in that building and over there. What's happened, and what we saw from an energy audit a couple years ago, is that they're using a little bit electric heaters in there to keep pipes from bursting. And what's also happening is equipment is getting frozen, getting hot, then getting cold, getting hot, and it's ruining equipment. So going forward, we got to find, and Hank's talked about moving that stuff maybe to cages at the high school, but there's just not enough room there. Then you'd have to carry it, you'd have to ask kids to carry it back and forth and whatnot. So I think that's the main reason they're looking to put some heat in those that's year round so that we're not fixing busted pipes. so that equipment isn't, just like a house, if you go by a house that the heating and air isn't on, in a couple months you're going to start to see it deteriorate. And that's the way with a lot of our equipment, so we're just not taking care of it. So that's the focus. I forgot about that, Brent, when you asked that. Sorry. Yeah, and I was there when they came over, and first we didn't think we was going to be able to do it because creek, and it's a stone bed creek, so, but that was the cheapest route that they had possible. And hopefully we can get heat in there to fix that so that equipment isn't being lost. Not just to flood, but freezing, and then mice coming in, trying to hide and stuff of that nature, so.
All right. Thank you for the further explanation.
Yeah.
I'm glad that's being done though.
Yeah,
I mean-
it's a, and you know, the gas company.
When we were down there.
Yeah.
All right, positive praises. Ty?
I've got a few.
So Salem FCA for the high school, they went to Winter Jam, I believe this past Saturday it was. I seen a video online of them. Seems like they had a good time and the place was packed and just an all around good time. And then Jimmy Gibson, class of 2022. Woo! Wonder who's in that too. But Jimmy, Jimmy sung the national anthem at one of the sectional games, and I think he did a phenomenal job. I was not able to attend, but I listened to it online, and I think it was awesome because I just kept replaying it. I was like, oh, that's my favorite part. Sing it again. So that was a pretty good time. And then, of course, our boys winning that first game. I think that was awesome to watch, and our cheer block was excited for it too. So.
Well, to add on to that, Lyric K, Graham Houchin, and Carson Shields, guitar club playing the national anthem at the basketball sectional, did a great job with that. Shelly Smith, just give her a shout out here. She's done concessions for the middle school and the high school for several years, and her dedication to the corporation has been a wonderful thing, and she should be recognized for this, but she is hanging it up after this year. So Shelly Smith. FFA, Lauren Claudefelter, she got a star in ag placement for District 11, first place poultry proficiency award, third place traditional scrapbook, third place plant and soil science demo with Addison Perley, and second place exhibit. Delana Nolan, first place in sheep production proficiency and first place in horticulture demo with Bree Bobo. Donovan Zinzer took first place in natural resource demo. Jesse McCutcheon and Jacob Haichu took second place in the animal science demo. And so, again, FFA doing some great things there. I don't know if anyone of you got to go see the play by Miss Caitlin Kimker and the cast of the Susical the Musical, but they did an amazing job. It was fun to watch. Math Bowl team placed second as a team and missed getting first place by a tiebreaker. Noah Redden qualified for the state competition as he placed second overall. And then Monty Engler finished sixth and just missed going to state for the Math Bowl team as an individual. And the band has done some great things. The new jazz band, first time they participated in the Jazz Festival, they received a silver rating. And then Alex Blake received an Outstanding Soloist Award. And then the band participated in the ISMA Solo and Ensemble at state, and all students performed great. And they brought home 2 golds and 1 silver. And then one last one I'll have here, culinary arts students and Miss Stephanie Dean on the work they've put in. A lot of good things there. They even catered the sectional hospitality room one evening during sectional. So I give them a shout out for the work that they're doing.
Didn't they make breakfast too for the staff? that
Yes.
morning?
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah.
It looked good.
Yeah.
Oh, they do. That's awesome.
All right, well, Brent covered quite a bit. I do want to top on Shelly Smith. I think she's going to be very hard to replace. I think sometimes the behind the scenes ordering everything and getting it all in and trying to make sure that you have the right amount. I think there's a lot that goes in that people don't realize. So I think that job is going to be, it's going to really find a person to fill those shoes will be very difficult. So a big shout out to Shelly Smith on that. We talked about kindergarten registration, but I love the videos before that, of the kindergartners welcoming the new kindergartners coming in. I don't know if you got to see that. I thought that was absolutely, I know that's the one I kept replaying over and over. I was like, they were so cute. So I love that. Also, Night of the Arts will be tomorrow night. Come hear the band, listen to the choir, and that's exciting for that. And then, of course, also we have STEAM night tomorrow night from 5 to 7. So that's going to be exciting. So you say you have nothing to do, we'll change that real quick. Thank you.
There we go.
I too was going to talk about the guitar club and Jimmy Gibson. It was awesome. And then the other thing, Allison and I and Ty, we helped with breakfast last week with the elementary kids, and that's always fun. We were talking, I don't know if we've done it 4 or 5 years, but
This is our 5th or 5 years
it's one of
we've
my
done it.
favorite days. It is a lot of fun. It's very busy and it's very strategic, and you have to get with it right away. There's no talking, like you gotta, but it was really fun, and I'm glad we got invited back, so.
I did have to wear a princess crown.
Yeah.
There was no
I-
crown.
You too.
It's good to
Wore it well.
I always talk too much though, so they're maybe holding me up in the line sometimes. All right, Rodney.
All right, well, everybody's done, so I'm gonna go over them again, because they deserve it. Shelley Smith, so we got to work with her Friday night. I've worked with her for many years, and Coach D was my baseball coach, so I've known her since I was a kid in school. And we got sugar cookies made with pink flamingos on them for her. Which was perfect. You won't replace her, because that's a job that just nobody wants, and she's took pride in it. And the girls, they come in and they're like, oh, she's all over us, because she wants stuff done this way and that way, and it runs like a well-oiled machine, and you always have enough stuff because she orders properly and whatnot. So we really will miss her. I saw at the high school math had got some money from the Washington County Community Foundation to try to do some things kind of outside the box as far as their learning as well, which is cool, and it's great to be supported by the Community Foundation. Tyson Moore, who we're hiring in the weight room, as some people may not know, was Seymour's head football coach, and his dad's a Hall of Fame football coach in the state of Indiana. He's not going to coach football. He's just going to come in and do weights right now. Huge asset for us to get a guy of his caliber to come in and be a part of this and help all sports and not just be a football coach. And he has a lot of experience that he's brought with elementary kids and with middle school kids. He's got a lot of fire, and that's a huge hire for us in the sports world, and a great dude. I've met him, Luke's met him, and I think a couple, maybe who else was on that committee. Home Ec, Stephanie Dean, what she's doing is huge. I think Luke saw that last year as principal. He talked about that we already have the facilities, and why aren't we using those? And I think there's more to come from that aspect as far as the trades and whatnot that the board, I feel like, really supports, and our administration supports, and is needed in our community coming back. Boys basketball, I was there. I helped work supervision. Kind of got a little rowdy Friday night. But the boys, Jalen's team played well. They battled against Providence, played well, and the cheerleaders did a great job there also. You've seen through the community, I know I got a lot here, but through the news and whatnot, some schools shut down in the past week due to sickness and whatnot. And our health clinic my girls use that, is huge. Called over there, DD, who used to work in this office, is the front office for that. Ended up, we couldn't get one of my girls in, and finally at the end of the day, DD worked great. We got her in there, got her some meds and whatnot. Huge asset to our school, and I don't know that anybody around us has that. Hopefully other schools can get something like that, because it helps with attendance, it helps parents from that standpoint. And one of our own alums, Brittany Garlow, is now in charge of the hospital next to our school. So that's a huge congrats to her, and hopefully we team up with them going forward. And I was there for Jimmy to sing the national anthem. And being a 30-year Army guy, that was huge. That was. I mean, he was like lifting the roof off that place. And then I wasn't there for the guitar guys, but I watched it, and I always wanted to learn how to play the guitar. I never did it, but I've told Tom this. They did a great job. And then Lila Blevins, who's one of our softball kids, was also in the musical as one of the leading parts, and they're having a choir concert as a part of the STEAM and stuff tomorrow night. So huge. We got a lot of people giving money, helping out. Jennifer, who's retired, still posts, for our seniors as far as scholarships and stuff from that standpoint. So she's a huge asset for us as well, even though she's a Purdue supporter. But we got a lot of people doing a lot of great things, and we could go on and on and on. Even though I'm last, I just wanted to repeat those because I felt like they should be repeated.
Well, everybody's kind of hit on everything I was going to say. I thought Mrs. Kemker and her students did a great job with the Susan musical. They were fabulous. Lots of kids participating. I think there was around 45 kids, which is outstanding for a first year. This wasn't brought up. Mr. Whedon, this hosting sectional is not easy. It's a lot of work. He did a great job with that. It ran very smoothly. Lots of help with that, with staff, students. Like Mr. Nenton said, the culinary class did the hospitality room the first night. The guitar club doing the national anthem was really cool. One of the things that got my attention with that was a night that we did not play, and the fans went crazy afterwards. So it wasn't our people, that was visiting teams. So I thought that was really neat. And then the band doing well at the solo ensemble, the math counts team as well. And then the other one I had was the middle school gym. Pro Star Painting did an awesome job with the brick gym in there. It looks so much better. The ceiling, which was in really bad shape as well, looks really good. So that's what I've got.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. And I want to say thank you to the SCTS, the CLEAS setting here, but all the teachers here in Salem Community Schools. My hat's off to those folks. They work hard, unsung heroes. We meet once a month. We talk about issues that go on in the building. And I'm glad we have that relationship to be able to sit down and talk about what's going on, how we can make Salem a better place to go to school. I appreciate those folks along with the maintenance custodial staff as well, Yeoman's job, and then last but not least, all those people who are involved in the daily routines of Salem Community Schools, right? From the cooks, the bus drivers, the maintenance folks, the ladies that work in the offices, the teachers in the classroom. It's been a great experience as I've been here for the last several months, and there's been a lot of changes made. And when you make change, sometimes that people question that, right? And sometimes well, why are they doing that? But we're in a good trajectory. You're in a good trajectory when two other superintendents that were involved in the basketball sectional call you and they say, what's going on up there? You guys got things turned around. So don't know what they mean by that, but we'll take it as a compliment, right? So thank you so much, and that's an attestament to the people that work here, right? So thank you so much.
I got one more thing I left off. The SLNN group, they did an outstanding job of the broadcast. I've got saw on social media some of the other groups of fans that were reposting videos from the game that they had, I guess, live streamed and videoed it with their phone, and they put it up of their kid making a play or doing that. So hats off to them too. I had that on there and looked over it. So.
Well, and just what an incredible program that JD has helped kind of develop and grown, and just all the areas of not just from doing the little, Lions news broadcast for the school to, the shows and the, broadcasting all the events and all the hours from behind the scenes and the technical stuff that he's teaching them. So it's pretty impressive of the room, and you see people, there, but there's also people up here that are, not in the front that you can't see, that are doing behind the scenes work, and how well they all work together. I was just going to give a little shout out to Hank and the staff as well for how wonderful sectional went this week. It is a lot of work from arranging hospitality room and food and workers and who's singing national anthem and whatnot, and I think he just did an exceptional job with that, and for everyone that helped with that. The Night of the Arts is tomorrow night, and if you don't have anything to do, it's so neat to go over and see all the things that the kids are doing. We have such an incredible art program, and the art teachers at all three buildings just do a fantastic job, and seeing that highlighted in addition to the band and the choir, it's just really a really cool night. So I would encourage you to do that, as well as the STEM night over at the middle school. we talked about Shelley over at the high school, but she also does, concessions at the middle school. So it's not just, at the high school where everybody sees her, but she also does it at the middle school and coordinates that. And to know, when I walk up, she knows what to hand me. So
Service
she's,
with a smile.
it's service with a smile, and she just knows it all so well. So just so incredibly thankful for her and all the service that she's provided and the love that she's shown to our kids. And hopefully that will be carried on of her standard of service and concessions. Breakfast last week, one thing that I think sometimes they don't maybe get enough, accolades or something is, the food service people in our buildings. They do an exceptional job. And not only do they do an exceptional job in preparing the food and serving the food, but they know the kids. They know whether they're going to have chocolate milk or white milk. They know if they have an allergy, what they can and they can't have. And to keep track of all that and to be so intentional in knowing that and what they're serving the kids, I think is just pretty impressive. And it always just kind of stands out to me when you're standing there and you hear like, oh, wait, no, they can't have that because they're allergic to, because I'm like throwing eggs at people and they're like, no, they can't have eggs. But just to be cognizant of that, I think is just pretty impressive, the knowledge they have of really knowing our kids. Also went to the play. I loved the involvement of all three buildings and having the younger ones be able to look up to the older ones, and I think that was just it was a great show, very entertaining, and I was told that Aubrey Bowers, that was her first time ever being in a play, and I thought she did exceptional. They all did exceptional, but I thought that was interesting that I would not have guessed that she had never been in a play before. But everyone did just an exceptional job. So very thankful for everything that everyone does, and just the spring gets busy, and hopefully Rodney's going to have a softball kicked off tonight practice, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
So hopefully we'll have another exciting season there, and lots of good things going.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Yeah, there's no pressure.
No pressure.
I forgot to.
Just looking forward to it.
I forgot to did it. And Carly Sweeney and Callie Backrams, both who are teachers here, and new. They step in for Elena Good, who's about to be a mom and whatnot. So those two have stepped in and played for us in the past. They were down there. Great.
And Callie's mom was a coach with me for
Callie's
years.
mom coached with me for a handful of years, but we've got a great group of girl coaches to lead girls, and they're they're in it. Yeah, that's why I can leave, and they,
It's just good for me too, because I get the house to myself a little while.
Allison,
Carly's brother, come on.
could I mention a praise?
Absolutely.
I'm looking down and I'm looking at these donations and I see a name that looks very familiar to me, donating from the Google Benevity matching grant. And it got me thinking, last month I learned that John Calhoun's going to be retiring at the end of this year. I remember he was a friend of my father who just passed away recently. And I remember when I worked in Indianapolis and I was talking to my dad and he told me they got this new science teacher from, was it Tipton? Tipton. And well, the guy down the hall and the lawyer down the hall was from Tipton. I'm like, hey, do you know this Calhoun family? He goes, oh, his dad's a legend, a teacher. All the Purdue professors know that the kids who come through Tipton, they're going to be advanced. Well, I can tell you that my daughter went to Purdue, and I felt like she was advanced because of the science department here at Salem. And a few years ago, we lost Mr. McCurdy, who was my teacher, and to see John Calhoun retiring, he just doesn't look old enough to retire to me, but to see him stepping down, I just want to, I have a positive praise for our science department here at Salem. And it's not just Mr. Calhoun or anyone, we got a whole bunch of great teachers, but seeing that name and her ability to do that because of how well she did at Purdue and the job she has now, I feel like that needs to be said. So it'd be big shoes to fill, but I love that we have this STEM center going on, and expect continued great things from our science departments at all levels.
Well, you must be a
Thanks
little
for letting
proud
me
of your
say that.
daughter too for giving back.
I have some, Liz has some information on the kindergarten registration.
Okay. Okay.
Wants me to come up and,
Go for it.
you know, why not? Okay, to answer your question.
All right.
So, in case you didn't notice, there was like 70, I think, kids that came to commit to BSC, so they had them signing, kind of like you sign to play for a team. The kindergarten registration did not have testing because all the students are welcome. They wanted them to feel that way coming in. Wanted this year to have something that was more exciting, not having the pressure of performing for people they don't know right off the bat. Just having them feel like they're welcome to come to Brady Strum Elementary. Taking the pressure off the families also, not just the kids. And then regarding the testing, all students will participate in the beginning of the year assessments, the dyslexia screener to ensure that they identify any student who may have any need for additional support. But this was the highest registration count in the spring since 2020. So they had a good turnout. I know you had mentioned that. So I saw a lot of cute pictures of kids signing, that they were coming to Salem. So future Lions. I hope that answered any questions.
Thank you. Thank you. I know, lots of my babies, so it's fun to see. I know, right?
Can
All
I
right.
do one needless plug for Salem Education Foundation?
Let's go for it. I mean, it's going to get a busy season for the Education Foundation coming up.
On the Friday the 10th, Lion Legacy's coming back, finally. The 2020 class that didn't get to be recognized because of COVID, they will be having school convocation and all that sort of stuff for them. Also, as part of the 2020 class, Greg McCurdy, which you mentioned, is going to be recognized the Heart of the Lion Legacy.
I love that.
Because he is, he didn't go to Salem, but he's definitely, a lot of the Lion Legacies that come back, if you've been to those programs, they always talk about, Greg McCurdy's name would come up a lot, so.
April 10th, is that what
That's
it is?
April 10th, and it'll be at 9 o'clock at the high school. We're not doing the dinner this year, and I think you're gonna live stream. Have they talked to you about, did Lori talk to you about live streaming? Okay, well, I think Lori was gonna talk to you about live streaming, so.
She will.
And then on the 11th, the next evening, is the Bohemian Supper Club Orchestra, and that's a really great night of live music. If you've never been, you really need to go, because it's unlike, it has nothing to do with supper, but that's what they've called it for years when the high school kids did it. We did dessert. It's at the middle school, 7:15, tickets are $10, and Greg McCurdy should be back this year playing. Last year he had a meeting and couldn't be there, so it's an excellent show, and all the money goes to scholarships for our seniors, so, it's most, different people said, you need to charge more than $10. A lot of people would do that, but it's a great evening, and I thought I'd better get up there because the next board meeting's after these two events, so I thought I'd better throw it out there.
Yes, thank you.
Any thoughts on the Taste of Salem coming back?
We've talked about that, and we've talked about combining Taste of Salem and Lion Legacy somehow. We had laid off Taste of Salem because after COVID, so many of the businesses had taken a hit, and that's one of the things that we have, the Salem Education Foundation has kicked around. And if you know a senior, the Salem Education Foundation / Washington County Community Foundation scholarship applications are due Sunday, so they really need to apply. And if you have kids that are in college, the DeJean Scholarship application is due the end of the month, and that's if they're a Salem High School grad and currently in college, so. Okay, I think I've checked off Salem Education Foundation.
Very good. And I thought of one more thing too. I thought it was so cool, the alumni coming back for the band at the basketball game a few weeks ago. So I enjoyed seeing some alumni faces joining them for that night. All right, our next scheduled meeting, why did I take my glasses off? Is Monday, April 13th at 6:30. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Oh, everybody's ready. Rodney makes the motion, seconded by Becky White. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. All right, everybody have a blessed week.
Board members, son.